Up, I'm live, and it's day one of this pseudo birthday. God damn it. English is hard, and I've spoken it my entire life. It's day one of this pseudo birthday stream week that I'm doing, and to be clear, when I say pseudo birthday, I mean that my birthday is sometime this month in May, but I'm withholding the exact date, so there's actually a more than likely chance at this point in the month that I'm not 30 yet. Either way, regardless of if I am or not looking forward to it, because, like, where's time gone? Fuck. Though part of that was out of my control, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Anyway, what am I doing for this week, I guess, first off? Streaming once a day, every day of the week. I wasn't sure about Sunday, but I think I'm going to be on 8th gear anyway on Sunday, so I might as well just stream that. So yes, every single day of the week. And we're starting tonight with something really dumb, because it's something I've had in my mind for a little while now, ever since the, well, you know what a Gfred is? Right, that race that Broffi created, Broffi 1322. It's like, well, it's almost a triathlon, but more than that, right? But it's a point-to-point race that goes all over the map. A while back, earlier this year sometime, there was, I don't know how long this idea has been around, but I know that Broffi finally did a Runfred, I guess it was called. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but basically the idea was you're not allowed to get into a vehicle and drive it. You're still allowed to use a parachute. Yeah, it's Gfred Ma. It's Monday night, not Saturday night. So it's definitely not regular racing. But you're allowed to use a parachute. You're allowed to use transportation, but you do not have control over where you go. You have to, like, ride on vehicles that you can stand on and things like that. I'm taking it another step beyond that, because, like I said, dumb idea, but I want to see how this goes. I don't even know how long this is going to take. It's probably going to take most of the night, and hopefully it doesn't go beyond my regular end time, which is 4 hours from now. Yeah, I hope it doesn't go beyond that. Because what I'm going to be doing is what I'm calling a Walkfred. I don't know if anybody has done this. I would assume not, just because it's really fucking stupid. But basically the idea is I'm allowed to walk and swim only. Now if I have to climb at some point, obviously I'll do that, but just hold W. And the only reason I'm allowed to swim is because it's physically impossible to complete this game just by walking. Unless you drain the oceans, but I can't do that on GTA Online, so yeah. The idea is just to hold W, which I will not be doing because that would be tedious. I've set up a hotkey on my keyboard that allows me to just effectively hold W without actually having to physically do it, so all I have to do is move the mouse around. But that's the idea. Also, I may or may not throw this... I see. I may or may not throw... Hello? Are you... Oh, you're behind the background. That's why. May or may not throw that up on the screen at some point. Because shiny hunting in the background. So we'll see. But the main focus is GTA, so let's get into that. I haven't launched the game yet. And, yeah. So it's going to be a couple of minutes still. Probably should have launched the game already, but never mind. I also don't have a controller hooked up, which is weird. Usually I always have a controller hooked up when I'm playing GTA, even if it's just creator stuff. But there's no need for it. Mouse to look around, hotkey to walk. No need for a controller. Also means that there's going to be no controller cam. That's fine. Yeah, I guess I can come over to here now. Enable that and that. And yeah, like I said, this is just a really stupid idea. And it's probably going to be a rather boring stream, but I want to try it. I figure what better time to do it than this. Now, I could have done this during one of the other weekday streams, but I figured this would be better put into a longer time slot. Because I don't know how long it's going to take. The Runfred, which utilizes traffic and parachutes, I think is under an hour? This might take a long time. Is the OBS preview being laggy, or is the capture actually as laggy as it looks? Because that looks really laggy to me. And by the way, I'm only walking right now because I'm trying to watch my iPad. No, it looks fine on my iPad. Mostly. Alright. Probably just the iPad then. I might as well spin the wheel while I'm here. Just to give myself less time. Come on! See if I can get a car I don't want. No. Oh boy, clothing! I'm never going to put on in this game.
Hello. Just let me know.
Okay, am I not? Hold on. No, I'm not. That might explain some things. Okay, that's... It felt very odd to me, and it's because it wasn't getting G-synced, I guess. There was no VOD enabled because it's not proper full screen. Alright, let's see. Bookmarked, regular races. Gfred. I could have done any car Fred if need be, but don't need to do that. Also, I just realized if I'm going to set this up, the game is now backgrounded, so I have to be quick about this. That's fine. If I'm going to mess with that, it has to be in the corner ahead of time, because I'm not going to be able to tab out, obviously. There's where I'm walking. Figure I can probably walk along the train line to get a shorter route here. I don't have to go to the highway, I'm not getting a car. And then following the highway down as directly as possible, and then from here... Probably the best route's gonna be to go back and go up top. Then maybe try going down the front way on the way back. I don't know. I'm just worried about being able to climb. Traffic. I'm just gonna leave it on default high. Slipstream off, not that it matters. And boost on go off, because that totally matters too. Yeah, none of these settings matter. Oh boy. I don't have a lot of armor or ammo. Armo. Don't have a lot of ammo, apparently, or I was missing a lot. Here we go. First order of business, no bike. And then I hit this button, this button rather. And can you... You gonna, like, properly walk at some point? I don't know. Supposed to be walking. I guess close enough. Remember what I said about walking? Just holding W? I guess I could go into first person temporarily just to make this not take an eternity and a half, because this is honestly what I had in mind for swimming. Instead of just waiting. I'm gonna try to have the third-person camera for most of this. But yes, I'll do first-person for swimming, just so it doesn't take nearly as long, because, again, I don't know how long this is gonna take. There's no real rules other than just hold W. Which, again, I'm actually not doing. I'm just sitting here watching the screen like you are. Because I have a hotkey for that. No way in hell I'm holding W for that long. You're back to not walking properly. I guess that's just gonna be a thing. You did not go up the way I wanted you to go at all. There we go. Wrong way, it said. I guess this is just a side effect of GTA mode. In case it's not obvious, I didn't test this at all in advance. What fun would that have been? Anyway, now that we're actually back on land and I can divert my attention, I am going to do that. Because like I said, something to do in the background while this is going on, since there's going to be a hell of a lot of nothing happening other than just what you're seeing. I've been trying to do a type of shiny hunting in Legends as of late, on my main profile, not the Professor Oak Challenge one. That involves soft resetting, and somehow this is a method I only learned about in like the last week or two. So it's very easy to just do it in the background while I'm not focusing on anything else too heavily. And because of where everything was, Currently hunting the Alpha Gardevoir. I actually did already get a shiny out of doing this. It unfortunately was not the Alpha. It was a Ralts just behind the Alpha. I was going to move on to a different Alpha, but turns out the only other massive mass outbreak, which is required for this method to work, was up in the Icelands, and Gardevoir was there. Alright, I should actually start heading up the hill-ish. I could have waited a little longer to go up. I want to go up that way. Hope I can go up this, considering how much he was struggling at first, but he got up there. Oh, if I go first person, I actually walk. But if I do that, I'm conflicted. Because again, the idea was to just walk. But also, the idea was to just hold W. And I've already been doing that. I think I'm just going to stick to it like this, because I'd prefer to be in third person anyway. And also, if it goes a little bit faster, I think that's fine. I guess what I could always just do is this. That would be extremely painful, though. I don't want to do that. Also, literally, all I'm doing is listening for the shiny jingle in Legends. So, there's no jingle, there's no shiny. And unlike the Runfred, I will not be taking advantage of the train because, well, that's not walking, or whatever this is. Like to take the train. There's finally a car I can hop on. Just that one, huh? But nope, I'm gonna just let it keep on going. Yeah, I guess I'm not really gonna be able to call this Walkfred, am I? Light jog, Fred. Old W, Fred? I don't know. Also, don't expect the shiny to appear top left, ever. Just don't expect it. It's probably not going to happen. It's just something else to do while this is going on, because, I mean... yeah. Not gonna get any traffic at the crossing, am I? I might. Nah. Gonna get there well before me. Out from that direction. Nope. Or is playing it dangerous with the train. was hoping that would happen. Stupid AI. Yeah, that can happen. The alpha will occasionally notice. It's unfortunate, because I saved crouching, but the game doesn't care. It just saves where your player is and which way they're facing, not whether they're crouched or not. Hydrate. I will say, in regards to the very slow shiny hunt going on in the top left, I do take a little bit longer once I'm in the game just to hear if anything spawns, because I almost reset over the shiny Ralts I got. Because it can take them a second to appear since they're further away. Also, train down there, which means no train from behind. That's nice. Unfortunately, I can't really pan the camera around at the moment because, yeah. It'd actually probably be more direct to go this way. Almost to the quarry. Mind you, you'd normally be here in like 4 to 5 minutes, depending on how long you're stuck on the highway. Or in the case of 8th gear, the highway and the lighthouse checkpoint. Versus already been over 12. Do wonder when the next train's gonna show up. And from where it might show up. But just keep an eye out behind me. Just in case. Hear a train. Yeah, there it is. Of course, the other problem with the alpha spotting me is that I am worried that if one of the Ralts, like, I think there's only one spawn point, but if there was a shiny Ralts that appeared behind me, and the alpha noticed me, it might scare the shiny away. I'm slightly worried about that. Really, what I should be doing just to reduce that chance is ducking immediately. Like that. Oh, there's also one more issue as well. And that is that it's getting dangerously close to night in-game, and in the nighttime, the Art of War line despawns. So I have a very limited amount of time to catch a shiny. Fortunately, I can always just save the game immediately and then battle it if need be, because it won't despawn in a battle. Well, Ralts might run away. Now, what's the best way to go about here? I can probably get down the ledge. Probably. Why what, Dingle? Get down the ledge or something else? The checkpoint's down there. Yeah, I can get down. Unfortunately, just like with the cars, the best route out is to go back around this way. Why make a Gfred even more painful? I mean, it's not that much more painful for me, technically. All I have to do is move the mouse around. But also because I just wanted to see how long it would take. And it's going to take less time than I intended on it taking because I'm not doing this. Which is what I originally had in mind, but started out like this, so I'm just going to stick with it. Not truly a Walkfred. Oh, piss off. Actually, no, I want to go this way. But a light jog would be good enough. Just holding W after all. Honestly, you can blame whoever came up with the idea of a Runfred. Not being able to drive any vehicles yourself. That's the only reason I had this idea. Train. I think the best way up is actually going to be over this way. It looks like there's a gentle enough slope that way. I could go up. Fortunately, there's only ever one train, so now that that's passed, I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, versus over there might have been a bit rough. Right here is fine. Where am I going? This way? More or less this way. $18 minutes. 18 minutes and I'm only just rejoining the highway. I'm gonna want to be sticking to the right highway, or really, the western highway. Central? Because there's a proper western highway, but it's all the way over there. Dealing with traffic is going to be a thing. That's alright. Just run vaguely this way. Unfortunately, I don't really have much to talk about otherwise because not much has happened since the other day. That's a general problem I have, actually, is that not a lot tends to happen that's either worth talking about or something that I feel comfortable talking about on stream, considering how much personal information I withhold normally. Actually, if I stick to the left here, I can then cut across the highway further up. I even could have cut inside this wall, but I'm not going to bother now. Of course, it's just occurred to me now, because I'm using my regular capture card source. I don't actually have a way to make it full screen, technically. So if a shiny does appear, I either have to pause and tab out of GTA, or just deal with it as it is. The odds of getting a shiny are pretty low, so it's not likely to happen. Where's the alpha? Oh, there it is. Put that away. Asshole. Literally just turned more and more in the way that I was heading, as if they wanted to hit me. Stupid California. Well, not really California. I don't even want to say Los Santos, honestly, because we're far enough out of the city at this point. Regardless, stupid drivers. Another 6.5 minutes, and it'll officially been half an hour since I started running, jogging. Again, it was supposed to be walking. But as long as it's holding W, I guess it doesn't matter. Same key press. If I can go faster like this and make it take less time, I guess that's fine. Also, do you like the amount of Pokemon on my home screen there on the Switch? Literally just all Pokemon. I don't only have Pokemon games, it's just all I've been playing this year. I'm gonna want to cut across the highway again, because it curves to the right up here. Beautiful. Guess I could throw that up on the screen as well, because why not at this point, right? Oh, Jesus. Getting a little too much confidence in the AI not actually running me over. Almost bit me in the ass. I'm not going to be able to finish this even at this faster pace before the end of the normal stream time, am I? Well, that's not ideal. That's really not ideal, honestly. Gonna end up taking an hour just to run from the quarry to the airport. Trying to think of like if there's any better route than what I'm already thinking of. The thing I'm worried about for getting up Chiliad is getting up Chiliad. It's a steep route. I mean, in a sense, the most direct might be going up the highway this way and going up the eastern side. But it might be faster to cut over and do one of the newer lines up it. Or even just take the western route, like the normal pathway. But even that's too steep at points to run up. Think. I think getting up, sticking to the east is the best option. Running down, I think I'll take one of the other routes. But running up, I think eastern side is safer. I call a taxi. That would involve not walking, Tingle. It'd be nice, though. Hey, kiosk. Fortunately, the AI are staying to the left here. Watch for wildlife? Maha, they never gave us wildlife. You gotta remember, This version of the game is like 10 years old now. It's too old. It can't handle it. I like gave that shit to the modern consoles because PCs are as bad as 10-year-old consoles. Why the double game? Because do you see what the main thing going on is? Yes, console online. So PS5 and Xbox Series as animals. PC does not. Because we're on the same version of the game essentially as Xbox One and PS4. So we don't get any of the nice stuff. Fucking horseshit. Yeah, animals. You know, the wildlife spawns, like in single player? Those animals. Well, online has never had the animals for performance reasons. But yeah, they did add them to the consoles, the new consoles, at some point. And they never added them to PC. No, Ma, if they did, it was a long time ago. I mean, like I said, I can understand not wanting to add it to PS4 and Xbox One because the performance of those consoles was shit as it was. Like, especially Xbox not being able to even get 30 FPS consistently. You don't want to add anything more to the game in that instance. But, yeah, there's no excuse for PC. Hackers made the performance shit anyway. Well, yeah, there is that. Also, just imagine seeing somebody running down the highway like this. Better yet, imagine them just walking casually. Just middle of two lanes like that. Oop, that was the wrong button. Well, get in your lane more, asswipe. So stupid. Okay, they sorted themselves out. Where am I running to? The airport currently. This is a Gfred. I'm in the middle of the two lanes. There should be no reason you have to slam on your brakes. Unless you're trying to pull a maneuver like that bus did. Yeah, I guess even if it's not as efficient, I am going to stick to like the side of the road and the sidewalks and such more than not in the city. The only reason why I was in the middle of the lane there is because, well, kept me in line with this. As a side note, I don't know how many times I've soft reset, hard reset, whatever you want to call it, for potential shiny here. I mean, I did get one already, like I said earlier, but not the one I was going for. Definitely into the hundreds at this point. The Alpha Gardevoir. Yes. Fuck you. You're on a bike, too. You have less of an excuse. What? Oh, the AI. The worst part is that's realistic. Somebody would 100% drive like that, too. Just drive directly around a car that was stopped like that. Right. Ah, so stupid. Oh yeah, we passed 30 minutes, almost 5 minutes ago now. I miss proper soft resetting in Pokemon games. Stupid Switch. If you want a shiny hunt the new Reggies in Sword and Shield Crown Tundra, literally, the faster way to do it is to run from the battle and reset up the encounter. Because resetting to the home screen and closing the game out takes so damn long. It's faster to just back out of the battle since you can and get right back into it. Despite how long the battle intro animation takes and, you know, backing out of it, and then you have to set the puzzle back up, which takes a little bit of time as well. Proper soft resetting was so much better. At least I'm a lot safer right here. Also, I might stand up at some point, but there's not going to be any breaks during the stream because, I mean, this. Kind of have to monitor it the entire time, and I'm not going to pause the game because that doesn't pause the race. Car alarm going off somewhere, supposedly. Alarm stopped. Guess the person found their car, or, you know, the alarm just shut off after somebody broke into it. That's also an option. The alarms do eventually go silent in most cases. I believe, at least. No, certainly some alarms might keep flashing the lights, but they'll stop sounding. Not really something I have a ton of experience with, not living in the city. Or anywhere with tons of population. Don't make a habit of setting my alarm off, is what I'm saying. Because that's not nice to the neighbors. Or to me. Either. I don't want to hear that. I guess the one neat thing about running along the sidewalk like this is it actually gives you a good idea of what's still just on the side of the road, because there are a lot of things that aren't loaded in online. Mailboxes, potentially, well, maybe not hydrants, but probably garbage and trash bins and, you know, various things. Something I definitely noticed a lot of when I was mucking around with 5M the end of last year. There's a lot of crap on the sidewalks that's just not there in online. Well, it is the middle of the night. But yeah. Well, actually, this could just be a matter of me having my NPC spawns turned down, because you have to remember, you actually have control over that to an extent. I honestly don't know that I have it turned down, but I might. But yeah, we know for a fact that what the host of the race has set in their game affects how many spawns actually show up. Yeah, it does, Kiosk. You know Zancudo Pi, that racetrack right outside of Fort Zancudo that's been in the snow as of late? Yeah, we found out the hard way with that. Why did the traffic, like, suddenly stop showing up as much? Oh, because the host has their traffic spawns reduced in their game settings. Rank that to the max, and it's a lot more suffering. There's other ways to tell as well, but that made it blatantly obvious. Another hydrate. Literally did that, like, on the minute, didn't you? 30 minutes later. I guess the one good thing about not having to use the controller for this, because, again, as I said at the beginning of the stream, but that was about an hour ago, I'm using a hotkey on my keyboard to hold W, so I don't have to. Yeah, that happens occasionally. Yeah, no way in hell I'm holding W for the entire duration of this. This is just... Call hacks if you want, but like, if I wasn't using a hotkey, I'd get something small enough but heavy enough to hold the W key down for me. Like, it was happening without me having to do it myself one way or another. And can you blame me? Yes, put in the effort. No. It's taken me almost 45 minutes to go from the starting island up near the lighthouse to the airport. Yes, I think that's enough effort as it is. Because I actually have to sit here and monitor the damn thing, make sure that the character's running in the correct direction. I don't remember off the top of my head, what's the difference in speed between the character jogging like this and walking? If you know the difference in that, you know how much longer this would have taken had I realized that first person is actual walking pace instead of this light jog. And pressing shift just speeds me up briefly. So it's not like that's why. It's just GTA mode, which I need in order to actually be off the bike. So, like I said before, I'm just holding W. That's all that really matters. So this isn't as slow as it could be as a result, but it's close enough. I'm using the faster camera modes while effectively trying to walk. Good enough. "44 minutes. Why 44? I don't know. I just noticed it tick over to 44. That's all. By the way, if it does end up happening that I get a shiny, in the top left. I'm going to try and catch it, and then that's going to be that. Because setting up for it is more effort than I want to try and put in on a smaller than normal display. Because much like how you only have it in a small corner, I've only got it taking up, I guess it's closer to 2/3 of my one side display. But it's still not full resolution as a result. And that's on a smaller 1080p panel as well. It's not even on my regular main display, which is 27 inches. Okay, so I was wrong. It wasn't actually going to take me a full hour to get down to the airport. But it's still going to take a couple of minutes to run up to the top parking garage. How was I trying to combine top and park? Those two words were nowhere near each other in the sentence. God damn it, brain. The one thing I'm not sure on, I don't think this one has it. No. No stairwell to run up, like a lot of the parking garages have, but not this one. Not that you can use, at least. You can see there's a door over there, but it doesn't go anywhere. Also, I'm just remembering now a slightly faster way to get up to the top. Oops. Well, I can use that way to get down at least. But one end is this run for, just to see how long it takes. To say that I've done it. Wrong way, my ass. Yeah. Yeah, basically kiosk. Science at the cost of self-suffering. That's basically it. Alright. Checkpoint 3 obtained 47 minutes in. No, it is point to point. Oop, I ran there. I'm just going to stand here for a second. It is point to point kiosk. The problem is just that the next checkpoint is on the top of Chiliad. Switching back to the hotkey. I don't know if it genuinely would have been faster to climb up this way. Probably would have been, but I would have had to like fall down behind that fence back there or something and use a ladder around the back. I don't know. Will you make the others do this? Hell no. If they want to, if anybody else wants to do this, feel free. And in fact, if you want to do it properly so that it's actually walking pace instead of the light jog that GTA mode forces you to do in third person, by all means, go ahead. This is just a dumb idea I had, and I wanted to try it. Make traffic's light enough I can cut across like this. Of course, as I say that, a vehicle starts coming down this lane. First time in a while. get to enjoy the advertisements. Never noticed that that's what that one said. Bow Wow Chow. Dude Eat Dog. Weeknights on CNT. Conglomerated National Television. Excellent. Of course, traffic's probably going to pick up a little bit now that it's daytime. What time actually is it? Almost 7. Nope, nothing around. Nothing worthwhile around. I'm gonna say, what's going on in the game? Is there anything? But no. The OBS preview is so much laggier than it actually is showing. And granted, having 2 captures going on plus Ferret chilling at the bottom there isn't helping anything. Not even still. Oh yeah, just as a reminder, if I end up dying at any point, I have to start off from the previous checkpoint, which is why I'm so wary about...
Oh, wowee!
Wowee indeed, about going up Chiliad. Because if I take a tumble and end up dying, I get reset all the way to the airport. Which is why I'm thinking the eastern route up the mountain is the safest. The gentlest slope and thus least likely to give me problems. Even if it might not be the actual fastest route. Yes, Pines, exactly. Or, well, slight jog. Also, it's not necessarily my birthday. Might be. There's a 1 in 31 chance of it. But thank you regardless. I know, Dingle, isn't it great? Nice straight line I've got here where I just don't really have to do any inputs. Just get it aligned, more or less, and keep an eye on it. It wasn't perfectly aligned. Honestly, I'm happy that I'll be able to get back most of the way, if not all the way, to the highway by the time 1 hour has elapsed. That's better pace than I was initially expecting. Well, once I realized that I would be jogging instead of walking. Again, I've said this a couple of times at this point, but just to reiterate, this was originally supposed to be a Walkfred, where I literally am walking. But when I got off the bike and started walking, just by holding W, this. Because GTA mode. So I just went with it, because honestly, this is going to be so much faster. I don't want to walk. It's going to take too long to walk anyway. I've only got 4 hours allocated to the stream. I don't want to pull. I don't want to take any longer than that. And then there's Pokemon in the top left, because why not? I've got a hotkey set up so I don't actually have to hold W, because it's either that or get something heavy enough to hold down the W key for me. So all I have to do is mind the mouse. I might as well do something else in the background. Providing multiple layers of entertainment to you as it starts raining. Is why not even in Arceus? No. Wobbuffet line, I think, actually only appears... Yeah, I think it only appears in, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Can't say because why not? You know, kiosk. Well then, may I say, it's honestly kind of unexpected that you would point that out. Actually curious now. Where is Why Not in Wobbuffet? Am I remembering correctly? I'm trying to use the joystick to move the character in GTA. God damn it, joystick on my Joy-Con. It's not how that works. Oh no, it is in Galar. Alright, well. I kind of had a feeling that it might have been, but I just couldn't remember. It might have been in one of the DLCs, honestly. Would it have been? Me? It would have been Crown Tundra, if anything. It does not fit into Isle of Armor. But I feel like it might have existed in Crown Tundra, but I don't think it did. I think it was base game. Where? Where in base game, though? Where in Galar anywhere? I genuinely do not remember where it would be. Alright, I gotta look this up. Don't I literally have a Bulbapedia app on my phone? Don't run into that. Question is, even if I have it, does it still work? Yeah, it seems to. Why not? Japanese name is Sonano. Cool. It's not why I loaded this up, though. Trivia, I guess, for anybody. Let's see. Hammerlock Hills, Motostoke Riverbank, and Stony Wilderness in max raid battles. That's why. It's exclusive to raid dens. It's not the official term, it's just my term, because, like, why would a Pokemon not be allowed to travel to a certain region otherwise? Right, give me a quick link to Wobbuffet, please. There we go. Well, let's see, where can you get Wobbuffet? For that reason, you were hoping it was official. I mean, it would be very fitting if it was, but no. Okay, it looks like Wobbuffet can spawn under certain weather conditions, which I was thinking it did exist in Galar, but why not specifically is only available in max raid dens. But yeah, otherwise, not in Legends, and it's not in Gen 9. Yeah, it's a bit silly. Think of it that way. Shut up. Also, while doing this, I legitimately have not been paying much attention. And yes, we have just eclipsed an hour. I've not been paying much attention to the game, but it's been fine. 1 hour into the run. We did make it back to the highway before the hour mark, though. Didn't get too far up the highway, but we are here. Not yet past the casino, admittedly, but honestly, I'm fine with this. It's slow going, but it could be so much slower. Literally, I could actually be walking right now. Should I add that as an incentive real quick? If we get to the $400 mark, which we're currently just over $200 away from, I'll do an actual proper Walkfred and waiting through the water instead of actually swimming. Anybody got $200? Keep in mind, that one would legitimately be like all day. And of course, anybody would be free to join me if you also wanted to suffer. Make it 500 and I'll actually hold the key down myself. Does mean it would drop down to just being GTA though. Wouldn't be able to do any Switch shenanigans in the background. I mean, I technically could, but the problem is I want to be able to have both hands on the controller at any given time, just in case the shiny appears. Because again, I'm working with a limited amount of time in-game if one does appear. I was considering going up the ramp and back down the other side, but if I'm going to do that, I'm going to stick to this side, and I think honestly with the extra cross traffic, I might as well just stay on the shoulder here. It's not going to be that different. What am I stuck on? Okay, turning to the left unstuck me. What the hell? Fix your game, Cockstar. The hell was that collider? Don't mind that. I'm resetting anyway, it doesn't matter. When is this rain gonna stop? It looks pretty heavy. I am honestly worried about this exit ramp though, because as I've seen plenty of times from when Point to Point No More was at the end of the playlist, the The AI here exiting the highway are fucking idiots. But, oh, looks like they were all good. Although, see that guy? They go flying into there, and they're absolute morons about it. The best part is you can end up spawned there out after the race, and the AI will just drive into the back of you if you're in the right spot and knock themselves out or kill themselves or however you want to look at it. Really stupid. The longest race I've done on GTA. Was it the 99 lap race at Fort Zancudo? Probably. Probably. Well, this is about to topple that easily. Because remember, once I get the checkpoint on top of Chiliad, I have to run back roughly to this this far south. Not literally to this point on the highway, I have to go to the observatory, but it's roughly this far south, maybe even a little further south. Off to the east. Yeah, you can actually see it on the map, it's even further south than this, actually. At Fairways. So... yeah, this is easily going to be like 3+ hours. Should have been longer, but... oops. Also, character is thoroughly soaked at this point. Sucks to be them. Rain is starting to clear up, though. Getting lighter, which means it's going to eventually transition to a drizzle, and the road's going to dry up, and then the rain will come to a stop fully. Or something like that. I pressed X. One minute. Yeah, I got nothing to talk about. In case that wasn't obvious by the silence. Honestly, I'm amazed I've been able to talk as much as I have been. OBS, please, I saw that. I guess if I do find it shiny, I could go try and get the Primarina 7-star raid. Yeah, I know it's technically ended, but I downloaded the data. So I can access it whenever at the moment. I'd have to go swap the cartridge, though. Since the last digital Pokemon game I bought was Brilliant Diamond. I'd have to build up a Pokemon. That's fine. I have the data I need. I need to access it on my phone since I can't easily tab out of the game currently. Rain is just about gone. Road is still wet though, but it's drying. Might be dry at this point. What the fuck? Hell did I do there? Interesting. Where I pressed X, but I guess not. Do I genuinely want to try a different route down? It honestly probably will be fine. Again, it's just if I get reset, like if I die, I get reset, and I get reset to the top of Chiliad. I'm taking the gentler route up. Also, you notice the rock texture was kind of applying to the edge of the road back there, where the rumble strip was? Kind of interesting. I'm going up the eastern route, no matter what. By the way, there's Chiliad. I forget if there's a button to attach. Nope, not that. I feel like there's a way to pan the camera around on keyboard and mouse without moving the character, but I forget what it is. Also, I said 1 minute a few minutes ago, and I completely just ignored it. We passed 69 minutes. About 5 minutes ago now. Also, train. Gonna get a shiny this time? Betcha we won't. See? Lights are starting to come back on. Means it'll soon be nighttime again. But it was just turning morning as I was leaving the airport. Now it's turning to night as I'm getting back up to the quarry. Honestly, I almost feel like this stream would have been better just run as a no mic stream, because then I don't have to try and think of things to talk about. Since I clearly don't have much to talk about. Or maybe you guys would just prefer I shut up. I could do that. What I've been doing for the most part anyway. Probably gonna get to the base of Chiliad around the 82 to 85 minute mark, I would think. Probably gonna take another few minutes to get up there. I don't suspect it'll happen before 82. Not take the exit ramp. Invest in the red, it's in your interest. Is it though? Where are the ad breaks? I said I wouldn't be doing any because I'm not stopping. I can't pause the race. I'm just not stopping. I'm not taking any breaks. I don't have to do breaks, especially ad breaks, every stream, and I don't, actually. No, not for this. Like I said, I don't want to halt the jogging, I guess it is, for any longer than necessary. Which means basically not at all. Love the advertisements in this game. Alright, I gotta stay on the road. Yeah, like if there was an easy way for me to stop, or like if I had done this in single player, which would have been a completely different beast. Wouldn't have been a proper race. But still. I guess I could have set it up in 5M. I would have meant dealing with 5M though. Also, you tool. Imagine. Can't even read what the rest of that billboard says, the light is so bright. No, but seriously, like, you can't see that. Maybe that's the point. Good old U-tool. I think I slowed down running through that tree. Understandable, honestly. Remember when I was over there running like 75 minutes ago? It's only been a while. Okay, might have been more like 70 minutes ago, but still. was around that time. Train. How nice it would be to just use the train. That's not how this works. A pretty large shoulder on a bridge here. Advertising over there just looks like it says on. Just on. Oh, Joy-Con drift. Guess I'm walking in both games now. Oh, it stopped. In the alpha notice. The blizzard seemed to have ended. Yeah, the blizzard's on a very short timer as well. In my defense, I found a shiny at one of the outbreaks, so I had to deal with that. It took me a while to get over to the Gardevoir, so I didn't have much time. It does mean, however, if I ever get a shiny from this soft resetting, I'll be at 304 shinies on my main save. It's a fair amount. Also, I haven't been doing this soft resetting thing for too long. I think I pretty much started about a week ago. A little over. But I did not touch this save file at all between when I started doing this and March 31st. Like, literally, the previous save, I think it was the 7th, was when I got the first setup done, at least, for shiny hunting Gardevoir. The previous save file was legitimately saved on March 31st. Which is when I finished doing that 3 months of shiny hunting challenge that started out as me just shiny hunting / alpha hunting. An orange ball right there. The big O, I think, is what it says. I was just mashing buttons. I mean, it's big in a circle, so I'd say big O. Bits. Okay, I was wrong. It's gonna be more like 86, 87, I think, by the time I get to Chiliad. Just down this next segment of road, but this isn't really that short of a segment. It would be neat if a shiny would appear. Do I have a button for that scene anywhere on my stream deck? I don't think I do. I used Joy-Con to try and change my GTA character's trajectory again. I keep doing that on occasion. I don't think I have... I have a scene in OBS that is literally just the capture card. But I don't have a button for it. It's unfortunate. What time is it? Just after midnight. Yeah, like I said earlier, we don't have onlines in the PC version of GTA Online. What did I say there? Did I say we don't have online? I did say online. Jesus Christ. We don't have animals in the PC version of GTA Online. I can't fucking talk tonight. I don't have to worry about getting mauled by a cougar. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't have to worry about getting mauled by a cougar or such. No animals to contend with. Which is stupid. But is what it is also. I do have weaponry if need be. Literally, if you just were not stupid, you would be able to make it up there. You go up that way? Yes. Okay. Didn't have to jump. Here we go. You can see the top of Chiliad right up there. A little red glowing light. Beginning the ascent at roughly 87 minutes in. I don't remember exactly how long at this point the 99 lap race at Zancudo took, but it's not going to be too much longer before we eclipse that race. I think that was right about 1 hour. When you consider lap times for that track are like 55 seconds to a minute with catch-up. And we were doing 99 laps. So it was hour and a half, hour 40, somewhere around there. I think I will try taking the middle route. I think some people call it the elevator route. Or escalator or something like that on the way down, just because it's not as steep as like the hot lap route or such, but no parachute, no. It's not as slow as this OG route. Which is why you can get slower cars up it. It's not as steep, but it's still faster. Good alternative if you have a decent car, but not one that's quite good enough to get comfortably, or even potentially at all, up the hot lap route, up the backside of Chiliad. Whether it's faster running and whether it's actually safe to run down, I don't know. We'll find out. If I end up dying, I'll just come back down this way, regretting that I didn't come down this way in the first place. I don't know how much faster it'll actually be, but considering that I want to go for the center of the map and not the outer edge of the map, and the highway essentially goes towards the outer edge, versus going down the middle route or the hot lap route will put you on the tracks, and then eventually more towards the western side of the map. It is preferred since it lines you up to go pretty directly to the observatory after a point. This is one time where having good knowledge of the map is very helpful. Speaking of which, this past weekend, Broffy debuted on YouTube at least a new variant of Gfred that is apparently going to be Project Homecoming exclusive. So if I'm going to do that, I guess I actually need to get on that server. Granted, with a 32-player cap, it's a lot harder to get into than 8th gear, which is the main reason why I've stuck with 8th gear. Because under 28 players and I'm on the whitelist, yeah, a lot easier. I hit a button. Fortunately, I should be able to get... Well, actually, assuming that there are no other barriers, I should be able to get right onto Broffy's more restrictive whitelist on Project Homecoming. Because I've done what I've needed to do in order to get the clearance for that, which was literally just watch the stream for long enough. Nice that he offers a free option. I guess just on a related note, I am going to be hopping onto 8th gear this weekend. It is the weekend that he should be jumping on there after all. Because he just did PS5 this past weekend. So I'll be on 8th gear on Sunday. And I'll be streaming that. Because I'll be recording it anyway. Might as well just stream as well. I've also still got a race from the last time I was on 8th gear just sitting on YouTube unpublished because I haven't had a good time to publish it yet. I've had enough videos as of late that I haven't had a slot to fill. Which is to say we've been doing FNR and GTA enough as of late that I haven't had a slot to put it in because of that. Would just publish it on like a different day of the week than Monday or Friday. And I might. I was honestly expecting to not have FNR every week, so I didn't think it would ever be an issue. But oh well, doesn't really matter. Of course, the one unfortunate thing, is that as a result of playing GTA, my room is getting rather warm, and it was warm to begin with. Let me see what the outside temperature is. I'm going to mute, because I'm going to do it via voice, and I don't want to set off other people's phones, potentially. And it's too cold outside to run the AC. Fair enough. I mean, I could probably run it, but it's not. The efficiency would be so poor. It's not worth doing. Oh, this is literally a case of, is this next crest the next one, or the last one? Are we almost at the top? Nope. I mean, it looks like we're close, but I'm walking, not driving. Apparently that little slope was too much. The other problem I'm going to have is just remembering exactly where to go down for the elevator route. Hot lap route back down is easy, but I'm not going down that steep of a path. Middle route is... Getting light out. 5 a.m. Also, we passed the peak, and is that the final peak right there? Well, alert. It's not. Could you imagine if, you know, as I'm heading from the observatory to the finishing island or such, the servers die or something and I get kicked off of online or my internet dies or such. Now that I've said it, something like that will probably happen, but yeah, that would suck. Honestly, at that point, I think the order of business might be to just get back to where I was quickly in a new race, and then, you know, just subtract out from the new race what I was, where I was starting from, and add the resulting time at the end of that new race to the time at on this race. I think that would be the best way to do it, because obviously I'm not going to start from the very beginning again. That would just be horrible. I can see the checkpoint! It's only taken almost 100 minutes. I can see the checkpoint on top of Chiliad, and no, I cannot use a parachute from here. If I could use a parachute, I could literally make it all the way to the finishing island. In theory. Don't fall off. Trust me, I don't want to. I guess if I can manage to finish this deathless as well, that would be very good. I think I see a potential way up there. I'm gonna put down the Switch controller for you. Did that prompt me to look through the thing? Is that what that was? Yeah, so you can run down this steep of a slope, but the hot lap route, the normal way back down as well, quite a bit steeper at points, I think. No full send for me, not on foot. Yeah, see down to the right there? That's where I could go, but, yeah. Not gonna tempt fate. In theory, I could just run down this side as well. Skip doing one of the alternate routes. But I think that path over there to the left should be fine. That ridge down, I think that should be fine. Again, if there's a button to allow me to actually turn the camera without turning the character, I forget what it is. 100 minutes! I think that's the largest number I've seen on the timer in a race that I've been in. Oh boy. Yeah, this is very steep. Oh no. If I get a shiny right now, it's going to be very bad. Now it's fine. This ridge is not a problem. Yeah, it's down this way. I know the general route up here going up, but going back down, nope. I don't know it that well. Definitely going right here. I mean, you can see the ridge I'm going down, right? There's that turn right there on the right edge of the screen. That's where you come up. All about finding a gentle enough slope. I guess technically I could have gone up this way. If I can run down it, I should be able to run up it. This is sketchy. But I still think the safest option was to go the OG route, because it would have been so easy to just make a small mistake higher up on the mountain and dead. And reset to the airport. I did not want that to happen. If I get reset to the top of Chiliad right now, it's not that big of a deal. It sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. I think if I go a little bit further down and use that ledge, it'll be fine, because this area is kind of steep. This is sketchy. This is so sketchy. But my character is going faster. I'm still just holding W. I guess I could just call it Wfred. I don't know if anybody's used that name for any Fred variant before, but if not, because I'm just holding W, essentially. Deep. Fine. This part, though, that's fine. Alright, the biggest danger is officially behind us. I just need to not get run over. I just need to not get run over and we'll be fine. You know, the funny thing is, I was joking about doing this, but like properly walking earlier. And I said $200, $300 if I actually hold the key myself. But $200... Yeah, shut up. $200, that's essentially just a little under 100 subs. People do a lot more for, or people would push that a lot further on bigger channels. Yeah, that's the sort of thing you'd see behind, like, multiple hundreds of subs. But me? No, I'm offering it to you mostly jokingly on the cheap side because... oh, it's still not that cheap. If somebody does genuinely tip $200, I will do it fully walking and wading rather than actually slowly swimming. 300 and I'll hold the keys myself. I'll sell out. Why not? Not like anybody's actually going to do it after all, so there's no risk of me selling out because I don't have to worry about that happening. And I know this for a fact because I've said that exact sort of thing for smaller values. Nobody is going to tip $200. Nobody has ever tipped $200. Not one go. Not to my channel. I'll stick to the road. Also, we are just about, I mean, we are actually over, but we're just about at 2 hours into the stream, and I'm already just about back to the Lost MC. Granted, it's going to be a few minutes before I get over there, but still, this is going pretty well. Maybe I should walk from the observatory. Honestly, I might actually walk. Probably not, but stream's gonna be, well, the main goal of the stream is gonna be completed a lot sooner than I was originally expecting. Well, because I'm going like twice as fast as I was expecting to. But that's on me. If I had realized that first person was required to actually walk before I got to the tracks, then would have done so, but I've raced with GTA mode so infrequently that I'm not super familiar with the mechanics of it. Well, like I said, $200 and I'll actually do the full thing walking. Because again, nobody's gonna do it, so I can say that. Also, if anybody is cheeky and says, I tip 200 of some non-US currency that equates to 200, you know, of that currency, but is only like $5 US or something. Like 200 yen, for example, that'd be like what? $1.50? I don't know what the exchange rate is currently. 5 cents? It's not that bad, Moha. If it was 1-to-1, 100 yen would be $1. So it's not 1-to-1, but I think the yen has been struggling recently relative to the US dollar. It'd be closer to like 150 or something like that, maybe a little lower even. I don't know. Actually, I have a phone that can tell me the answer. Found this on the web. Fuck off! Just give me the goddamn answer. How can you not do that yet? It's 2024. Jesus Christ. And the answers are gone because I took too long to grab my phone. Excellent. One Japanese yen is 64 tenths of a cent. So 200 yen is $1.28. Oh wow, I was off. Oh, yeah. Conversion rate is not good. I mean, if you're converting from US dollars to Japanese yen, I think actually it would be very good, but the other way around? Should I go for the brake boost right up here? See that little crest? There's a brake boost right there. Should I go for it? Watch this. Oh. I screwed it up. It slowed me down instead. Shame. Anyway, my point was that, like, it needs to be 200 US dollars. Not 200 equivalent dollars of some other currency that equates to, like, nothing in US dollars. Because that somebody might be willing to do as a troll, but actual $200 tip? Nah. Most people who watch my stream don't even have big enough of wallets for that anyway. At least not for giving to any content creator. And the ones that do won't do it. Okay, I'm gonna shut up about this. I'm not that much of a sellout. Honestly do feel uncomfortable asking for money, and selling out is not too far off of that. Also, Maha, you were like 30 minutes off. Or something like that. I don't know. OBS only shows 1 hour. Not very specific, and I can't tab out to check. Been busy. Fair enough. What is the temperature in here? $78. Wonderful. Asshole. Usually the optimal route is to turn in just before that speed limit sign, but I'm not really bound by the limits of cars going over this edge. Though my character apparently still struggles. But I can just go straight up this way and it's no problem. Even if you might normally go to the left more. Yeah, fair enough, Ma. Got shit to do, then you got shit to do. No problem. Not like you're missing much, let's be real. Genuinely, at this point, there's... Yeah, there's 2 roads I have to cross before I'm at the parking lot of the observatory, and from there it's very difficult for me to die. Not impossible, but very difficult. And the roads are, I mean, we're out in this area of the map. There's not a lot of traffic. Nice lag. That was the game lagging, not just OBS. But my point in saying that was that, like, right now, basically, guaranteed to get up there almost. And I could even be extra safe and go through the culvert there, little drain under the road. I'm just kind of actually load the game over there. I'm actually going to just go over the road. Not worth going down there for. Wonder how many times I've reset Legends this stream. It's gotta be up there. Also, there's a benefit to doing this as I'm doing it right now. I usually don't get this many people consistently watching my Pokemon streams. So, haha, joke's on you guys. The game might not be set to Pokemon, but I'm still playing Pokemon. Jokes aside, though, I do appreciate you hanging out for this stupidity. Between just directing my character in GTA as he jogs along, could be walking, jogs along, while I soft reset to in Legends to try and get a shiny, which has yet to appear. Not a lot going on, but still appreciate you being here and watching. Also, I guess, regards to the shiny rates that I have in Legends, it should be the 1 in 820 shiny rate of level 10 plus shiny charm. I don't think I've perfected research on any of the Ralts line or the Apom line, which are the spawns around there that should be showing up. You haven't really seen much of the Apom line, but trust me, they're over there. Somewhere. They're the ones that could actually appear shiny. The Alpha is the one I obviously want. But whether it's the Alpha or you can just about see the monkeys over there. Kind of hard to see them though. Or the Ralts that's right there, that's occasionally a Curlia. Up this way. See, there they go. I know, it's probably hard for you guys to actually see the top left. There's a monkey. So they're around. Any of those spawns could be shiny because they're all the ones respawning. The way that the shiny reset method actually works, since you can't normally soft reset in an area like this. Massive mass outbreaks suppress spawns in an area around them. So you can use that to your advantage for any spawns, but especially for the alphas. So you clear out a massive mass outbreak, a particular, you know, outbreak in that massive mass outbreak, and then save, and then every time you reboot the game, the Pokemon will respawn, and that includes, in this instance, the alpha. Which unfortunately was not shiny. That would have been really well timed if it was shiny there. It wasn't. And somehow, again, I said this earlier, I don't know how this is the case, but I only learned about this method earlier this month. And we're not quite to the halfway point of the month. Don't know how I went that long without knowing about this particular month, the shiny hunting method. 2 hours. Been 2 hours in race. I've still probably got like a half an hour to go. Honestly, not bad. If I was actually doing the proper walking, it would have taken like a total of 6 hours. Or something. But I messed up, and it means that we're not doing that. And that's honestly fine by me. Like I said, anybody got $200? I'll do it. Oh, Jesus. Stop dropping my inputs. I can see the checkpoint. I can see it. It's right there. Behind the, all the foliage and the sign. There it is. Look at all these cars. Well, even taking the tornado would be faster. Okay, tornado. Even that would be faster than what I'm doing currently, but no. Now, the normal route that people will take is to go around the right side of this pillar thing and then loop around on that side, because then you basically loop around and can shoot out that way, if that makes any sense. It's hard to do without being able to use my mouse cursor. If I do this, no, doesn't let me do that. Nope. Asshole. There's a bit of a steep slope over here, but it should be fine. I'm real close to the observatory anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Getting down is going to be interesting, though. Not just this hill, the one on the other side over there. Honestly, I think climbing up's going to be the biggest issue. I think we've seen that the character can run down fairly steep slopes at this point. I wonder if it would have actually been faster to go around the hill. Probably not. You don't lose that much speed. Maybe a slightly less aggressive line would have been better. I don't know. Also, I'm pointed directly at the checkpoint, not that you can see it back behind that mountain. I'm gonna go around this way. I don't want any sudden steep drops. Steep slopes are fine. Of course, I said something about no steep drops, honestly, right here. Fine. I just don't want the character potentially losing balance at the top of the hill. The bottom of the hill is fine. They faceplant onto the asphalt, not a big deal. They faceplant onto the hillside and then slide all the way down and die, not ideal. Also at this point, and for actually a lot of this, I have more or less just been following the fastest route by car, but turns out the fastest route by car is actually maybe not exactly, but not too far off the fastest route by foot. Again, going up Chiliad, I kind of used the old route just for safety's sake. I really did not want to respawn at the airport. Even if this isn't exactly what I was intending on doing, Jesus. I think this has been pretty successful thus far. Again, it's not what I had in mind originally. I was thinking a literal Walkfred where I'm only walking, but it took me a while to figure out that this was a thing you could do, since GTA mode forces you into jogging. But considering I'll be able to get this done in like 2.5 hours total, yeah, I'm fine with this. I do kind of wish a shiny would appear though. Specifically the shiny alpha, but it doesn't have to be. A shiny would be nice. Well, actually, the shiny Ralts line is preferable. I already have enough A-Palms and Ambipalms. But the shiny alpha is what I want most. I promise you, even if it doesn't seem like it, the alpha is getting randomized each reload. If I was to go up to it and check its stats and whatnot, you would see that the gender changes. Maybe not every time, but most of the time. Some of the time. It's 50-50, I think. So about half of the time it changes, but not necessarily literally. Nice sunset. Even nicer when I get over this hillside, though by that point it might be too dark. If I do this, gives me a nice screen for a thumbnail. That I will probably forget to actually grab at some point in the future. Welcome back, Kiosk. Just in time for me to get to Fort Zancudo. I'm specifically keeping the camera pan down because I was having difficulty seeing with those lights in the background. Zancudo is not the end, but it's on the way to the end. You ever done the original sets of heists in this game? Or at least seen them done? There's an island out on the coast north of Zancudo that you have to recover that one guy from in one of the setup missions. That's where I'm going. Not quite within range on the map yet, but that little island with the shack on it. The shack is the finish line. Not much longer to go. Anyone home? No? So the gate closes automatically. I could run through the trench. It would be so much slower. But I technically could. Actually. I don't think that's necessarily worth it. Technically, I could, because I'm on foot and I'm already going as fast as I can, I could try and cut through the middle of the base that way. But I think just sticking to the main road through would be fine. Unfortunately, there's not no traffic, but there's very little traffic. I don't have that to contend with. There might be a barracks up here, though. There's the alpha. Or there might have been earlier. But I'm going so slowly, it might have driven off. Also, fun fact, in 5M at least, in the previous version of the server, or the game, I don't know about this current version, but if you try and remove the US flags, they crash the game when you get within range of them. Like, if you remove them while you're right next to it, it's fine, but if you drive away and try to come back, as soon as they come within a certain range, the game just locked up and crashed. Locked up, froze, crashed. Yeah, something like that. Probably because it's a dynamic item. It's a flag. Everything else you can remove, like these fences, the light poles, things like that. Not a problem. But the flags? To be fair, I think, like I said, I think it's purely because it's a dynamic item, being a flag and everything. I think because of that, it gets screwy. And I don't know, maybe I was just doing it wrong, maybe there's a different method you have to use for it, or maybe there's something else that I just missed. Maybe it was a bug with that version of the game and it'd be better in the newer version. I don't know. But legitimately, I was messing around with 5M dev stuff, and then the teal mask came out for Scarlet and Violet, and I've been on a bit of a Pokemon kick ever since. Oops. Legitimately, like, there was a new update that dropped at some point. I think that was the last time I touched my personal 5M instance. Because I extracted all the cars out of the base game, and I set them up on my 5M server so that I could mess around with them a bit. I think I even tested them, maybe not immediately, but I ran them around Broffi's test track just to see what to expect from them on PC. And I haven't touched it ever since, really, because Pokemon. Yeah, I think I got all the testing done on like the Tuesday and Wednesday of that week, and then the Thursday is when the DLC dropped. It's a busy week, that. Got a shiny this time? Definitely not. See? It'd be nice to get 5M stuff up and running or something, but there's just not enough interest in people actually helping out to get stuff running. So I've already done most of the work I would need to do for what I said I would do outside of track work. Not much more I can do. Well, see, Dingle, I get that, but also here's something to remember: if we did switch over to 5M, you wouldn't have to worry about non-upgraded cars or not having top cars or such. Makes it a little bit better. I jumped. Cars are going very fast around here. Not optimal running straight across the highway like that, but with how fast the cars are going right now, how fast the traffic is going, and how many spawns there are, gotta just do this. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, Dingle. Especially when you consider that, like, Cali, Explosive, myself, and a couple of others as well have been playing this game for so long that we know the physics of the game very well. We know how the cars handle very well, and so we have generally a much easier time going quickly and around new tracks. Which makes it that much harder for anybody else to compete, especially if they've not got the experience. That's a broken pole. Someday something will be shiny. I was just thinking, technically it's faster to swim from over the other side of the bridge, but that's with a car. I think it will still be faster to just swim from this side, because I'm going to be going slowly no matter what. Because it becomes a clusterfuck. Yeah, no, I get that. Trust me, I've actually kind of been enjoying the fact that we only have like 6 to 10 people most of the time. Specifically because we can get nice close racing without people who don't know how to drive as well making a mess of things. Because yeah, with 30 people, it was just... oh god. Too much of a mess. Oh yeah, this ridge. Yeah, it has been a while. Early pandemic, I think, is when we were nearing it. Just because everybody was stuck inside with nothing else to do. There's the finish line. Technically, I could just do this, which is not very fast, but since I did this on the other swim, I'll do it here. This is actually what I had in mind when it came to the swimming portions. Just swimming, but slowly. Not the slowly wading through the water. Have you, Dingle? I don't know. I don't honestly remember. I do remember the days when I actually missed some races because the lobby was full. I didn't get in soon enough because, like, EJ started too early or something like that. You know how consistent he is. But, yeah. Alright, I'm going to temporarily, or maybe indefinitely, close that out. We're right at the end. We don't have much longer to go. Just as the sun is, I can't turn my camera around. Sun is coming up. I can pull my phone out in the water. Also, I will say, you know, I've been using that hotkey to hold down W for me. The other good reason for me doing this is it ensures that I never accidentally press the shift key. There's the sun coming up somewhere that way. Don't know how it's shining through the mountain, but don't worry about it. I'm holding W. For real. See? Finally, time to finish the race. 144 minutes later. Yay! It's done. 2 hours, 24 minutes. Again, a lot faster than intended. But that's purely because I might have slightly screwed it up with the not actually walking as I intended. But there you have it. That was a Gfred at not quite a snail's pace, but close enough. Yeah, 2.5 hours for only 5G. That's kind of ridiculous. Wonder if I could still drive this car better than Dingle, despite the fact I'm not using a controller. Gotta get used to it again. Not used to those. Keyboard is definitely not as nice to use as a controller. I don't know what the delete button is on keyboard. Sorry, I got distracted. I forgot to hit these. It would have been funny if that had set off an explosion. But unfortunately it didn't. How about no? Sending me invites to events and shit that I don't care to play. Son, I did not see that car until it was too late. Oh boy. Why are you going that fast? What are you doing, you stupid AI? That is your fault and your fault entirely. $2,000 for continued good behavior. It's obvious I don't have anything more to do in this stream. I already completed the goal I set out to complete. And again, even if it wasn't quite how I was intending it. Good enough. Oh, mid-air control is not something I'm prepared to deal with. Nah. Yeah, murdering someone on a motorbike is good behavior. It's GTA after all. Do a good murder daily. Something like that. That was the E key. Fucking traffic is just all in the way. What are you doing on my line? Yeah, I got one of them. Getting brake boost on keyboard. Any 500. All but like 500 of that was from the race and the good behavior bonus. Oh well, I want to stop heating up my room. Or it can go away. That can go. Although I will bring this back so that I can fix it. There we go. And then zoop. And zoop. Yeah. Remember when remember that race where Max screwed it up? Wasn't my fault. I think actually the emote is send it or sent it or something, and it shows my blue car overtaking Max's green car, like in the screenshot, but in reality I think I was defending from him, and so he was overtaking me. But never mind that. That's not what's important. Also, can I please have a full screen projector on my main display? Thank you. I'm just going to continue to soft reset for a shiny alpha, hopefully, in the background. So yeah, that was the first stream of the week of pseudo birthday streams. Yeah, on his part, specifically. Speaking of the week of pseudo birthday streams, next stream tomorrow afternoon, around the usual time I start these afternoon streams. FTL. I haven't played in a while. That is not a shiny alpha. I haven't played in a while. It'd be time. It's a good time to get back into it. Gives me something to do. And hopefully I can get one successful run in. However, if I don't get one started, I don't know. We'll see. The problem is that a run takes like 2 to 3 hours, and I only have like 3 hours to stream that day. So if I don't get one started soon enough, or if I get a ways into one and it dies, then that's that. So we'll see. FTL kiosk. Also, yay, Dingle. A waste of time. I love that. Love wasting time to do things that don't matter. Anyway, so yeah, that's the next stream. And then, of course, the usual Wednesday stream for Pokemon will be happening as well. Beyond that, we'll see. Yep, and now he won't use it. Will he? Yep. Yep. No. Sigh. That's the appropriate response, honestly, is just sigh. Oh, he has a 296 livery that he may or may not ever use. We'll see. FNR is fun like that. Anyway, FNR will probably be Friday night, with or without EJ. But first, like I said, that FTL stream tomorrow. Still not a shiny alpha. Beyond that, that's it, I guess. As a reminder, I'm streaming every day this week because I turn 30 sometime this month. Whether or not it's already happened, it's almost 50-50. But the exact date is private. Yeah, right, Dingle. So yeah, I'll be live at some point every day of this week. Today was day 1. Anyway, the end of the stream, still no shiny alpha. It's unfortunate, didn't get one. Yeah, I'm gonna run some ads on the way out, like I usually do at the end of these streams. If you want to stick around for it, it's fine. That's fine. If you don't want to, that's also fine. They're ads at the end of the stream. You're not gonna miss anything. So do as you wish. I'm not gonna send you anywhere though. So yeah, that being said, OBS just did a weird thing. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Later.